My loves, welcome to Relationship Lamp. I'm Aunty Niks, your no-nonsense, tough love, tell it like it is auntie who's been married for 44 years and knows a thing or two about love, life, and all the messy bits in between. If you want real talk on relationships, you're just in the right place, because we don't do fairy tales here, we do the truth. Let's get into it. Now tell me this, have you ever sat across from someone you're with and thought, could this one be the one I build a forever life with? We've all felt that flutter, that sweet little spark, but let me tell you straight, feelings, they can lie. Chemistry, it'll fool you. But character? Oh, darlings, that don't lie. Character tells the truth, whether you like it or not. So let's break this down. These right here, there are 6 soul-deep signs that you're not just dating a good time, but possibly someone you can walk through life with. Finding a life partner, the kind that sticks with you when things go from thriving to struggling, ain't always easy. Sometimes we ignore the whispers in our gut, or we're blinded by looks and charm. But what if I told you there is a way to know, early on, if the person beside you is actually the one? These signs, they're deeper than butterflies and bedtime texts. We're talking about soul connection. So stay with me. Let me shine a little lamp on that, because knowing these signs might just save you years of heartbreak. First sign, sweethearts, you can be your full, unfiltered self. You shouldn't have to shrink just to fit in someone else's life. Listen, how many times have you been around someone and felt like you had to pretend? Faking a love for sports while you'd rather read a book? Laughing at dry jokes, swallowing your truth so they don't feel uncomfortable. If you're constantly editing yourself to please them, that ain't love, that's acting. And this ain't no stage play. But the right one? They make you feel like you can breathe easy. You feel free. You don't tiptoe around your opinions, your dreams, or your silly quirks. You feel accepted, not just tolerated. And when they love you just as you are, even when you're cranky, bonnet on, no filter, they're keepers. If they don't love the real, raw you, baby, let them go with a quick, Aunty Niks said goodbye and good riddance. This kind of comfort goes beyond just laughs and cuddles. Even on your low days, when the world's done knocked you down, you still feel safe being vulnerable. That's real. It means you found someone who doesn't just love your highlight reel, but also embraces your blooper moments. And remember, being your true self doesn't mean there won't be arguments. It means when they come, you can speak up honestly, without fear. That kind of freedom, honey, it's rare. So if you've got it, hold on tight. Second sign, and hear me good, you and your partner share the same core values. Now listen, love may start with attraction, but it won't last if your values are oil and water. I don't care how good he looks in them, cool clothes, or how fine he smells when he walks past. If your deep beliefs clash, that relationship's running on borrowed time. What we're talking about here, your compass, your guiding beliefs, how you see life, money, family, faith, children, integrity, loyalty, how you treat others, all the real stuff that builds a life, not just a vibe. You ever try building a house with someone who spends every dime while you're trying to save? Or someone who's got a no kids ever mindset while you dream of a big family? That's friction waiting to explode. And don't think you can change them. You're not a missionary, you're a partner. But when your values align, dears, the road ahead feels smoother. Big life decisions come with less drama because y'all are already pointed in the same direction. Doesn't mean you won't disagree, but your foundation stays strong even when the wind blows. So, if your hearts beat in sync when it comes to the big things, honey, that's a sign to celebrate. All right, before we move on, if you found this worthwhile, don't forget to hit the like button and click on the subscribe button at the bottom right below for more tough love wisdom insights. Also, turn on your notification bell so you'd be alerted when new content drops. Let's sail. Third sign, and don't sleep on this one, there is mutual respect and admiration. Yeah, I know it sounds basic, but you'd be shocked how many folks skip this and end up miserable. True respect goes beyond being polite. It means valuing the other person's voice, feelings, boundaries, and even flaws. Ask yourself, do they really listen when you talk? Or are they just waiting for their turn to speak? Do they speak kindly even when they're upset? Or do they take cheap shots at your insecurities? Do they cheer for your success or act cold when you're shining too bright? If they constantly belittle you or throw shade under the disguise of just joking, that ain't playful. It's poison. But the right one? They'll clap for you like they're front row at your show. They'll comfort you, challenge you, lift you. And when you forget your own greatness, they'll remind you. Now let's talk about the fourth sign. And this is where a lot of relationships lose their balance. Effective communication. Let me tell you something, sweethearts. Communication ain't just about talking loud and often. It's about connecting. It's about being able to say what's really on your mind without fear of being shut down, mocked, or made to feel small. Think back on some of your past relationships or long-term loves. How many times did you bite your tongue just to keep the peace? That ain't peace. That's silent suffering. That's walking on eggshells. And darling, love shouldn't come with blisters, but when you're with the right person, that fear just melts away. You feel safe enough to say, hey, that hurt me, or I need more from you, without it turning into a courtroom battle or Cold War. And let's get one thing straight. It's not just about talking, it's about listening. A good partner ain't just waiting for their turn to speak. They listen to understand, not to clap back. They ask questions. They pay attention. They follow up days later because what you said mattered to them. They validate your feelings, even when they don't agree, because their goal ain't to win the argument. It's to strengthen the bond. And yes, disagreements will happen. But instead of throwing daggers, y'all pull up chairs. You don't fight each other, you fight the problem together. All right, now, number 5 in this one, who? This is the backbone of every strong relationship, consistent support and unwavering reliability. Now let me say this, anybody can be sweet on a weekend getaway or when the sun's shining bright, but life will throw you curveballs, the size of a wrecking ball. And when it does, you need someone who shows up. If they're only around when everything's fun and light, dears, that's not a partner, that's a tourist. But when they stick by you through the job loss, the bad diagnosis, the family drama, the mental health dips, that's when you know you've got a real one. A reliable partner doesn't just say, I got you. They prove it, day after day. Small things, big things, doesn't matter. If they say they'll call, they call. If they say they'll help, they show up, not with excuses, but with action. That kind of consistent support creates a deep, deep trust. You start to feel safe, like really safe. And darlings, when someone makes you feel that seen and secure, don't play around with it. That's a rare gem. And now the 6th and final sign. Listen close, sugar, because this one right here, it's the deal breaker for most folks. Healthy conflict resolution. Let's stop pretending. Every couple argues. Every couple disagrees. That's normal. If someone says we never fight, either they lying or somebody's suffering in silence. But the right partner, they don't let conflict turn toxic. No name calling. No silent treatment that lasts 3 weeks and a therapy bill later. They don't slam doors. They open dialogue. Even when things get heated, there's still respect. They stay focused on solving the issue, not breaking you. You talk it out, you listen. You may even cry, but the goal is healing, not harm. And when it's over, there's no cold shoulder, no tally of who won. Instead, you come out stronger, wiser. There's more understanding, not more distance. That is grown folks' love. That's not just a connection, that's a commitment. Now, if you're still with me, bless you, dear. Let me leave you with this. Recognizing these 6 signs, it could be the difference between a love that blooms and one that wilts. So, sweetheart, if you see most of these signs in your relationship, you might just be sitting next to your person. And if not, don't worry and don't rush. Remember, delay is not denial. It's better to wait for the real thing than to force what was never meant to last. All right, my loves, so tell Aunty Niks in the comment section below, which of these signs do you value most in a relationship? Looking forward to your responses. And if you have any pressing questions at all, feel free to share so we can talk about it, as I read all your messages and would love to hear from you. If this message hits home and resonates with you, like this video by giving it a thumbs up, subscribe for more real talk with Aunty Niks, and share, because someone out there needs this today. Until our next chat, keep your relationship lamp lit, nurturing the warmth and clarity in your connections.